Hello, this is the tradesight Forex market preview and international economic data roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, the 28th of June 2015 and ending Friday, the 3rd of July. I hope you had a good trading week. It's kind of a slow, choppy week in the Forex market anyways here. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. You can see the last 3 days were very narrow. Basically just one day of action this week. It's been kind of muted. The Forex market does get slow over summer. It might be about time for us to drop down to half size as we usually do in summer. August in particular can be bad, but there's still some opportunities, and I don't think 1 week alone is enough yet to cut it short. We've had a good year overall, so we'll see. But be looking for that note at some point to go to half size if it becomes necessary. Here's a look at the euro dollar. Not much there. Look how flat those last 3 days were. Here's the pound. Also pretty flat the last couple of days after a day down. Here's the Aussie. This thing's heading for a potential breakdown under the lows here on the daily chart. Might lead to a decent move, just like here's what the New Zealand did after it broke down. Here's a look at the pound yen up to new highs. All right, let's look at the intra-week action just so we can see what happened. Here's the euro dollar, and you can see, boy, look how flat the back end of that week was, right? Monday opened flat, didn't do too much. Tuesday was the big move. And then from Tuesday all the way to Friday, we basically stuck in an 80 pip range. It's been a while since we've seen that, so that's pretty horrible from a trading perspective. Total range for the week is about 300 pips on the euro dollar. Meanwhile, on the pound, here's a look at the pound dollar. And, again, open flat, kind of had a bigger move on Monday, decent move Tuesday. A little bit wider Wednesday, but then Thursday and Friday just absolutely horrible. Total range for the week here is actually about 240 pips. That's not very exciting. So that's how the week was. Now let's take a look at what's coming out this next week. Keep in mind, Friday is the U.S. bank holiday in recognition of the 4th of July holiday, which is Saturday. So we're going to be closing things out on Friday. No trade calls Thursday night. So it's just a 4-day week for us here. Sunday, retail sales out of Japan along with preliminary industrial production. Monday, we've got bank holiday out of Italy, German preliminary CPI, Spanish CPI, net lending to individuals out of the UK, and mortgage approvals. In the morning here in the US, Canada's RMPI and IPPI, along with pending home sales from the US. Oops, ignore that. Thank you. That just popped up. Building consents out of New Zealand. From the UK, we've got consumer confidence. We've got new home sales out of Australia, business confidence out of New Zealand, Japan's average cash earnings, housing starts out of Japan, German retail sales, French consumer spending, German unemployment change, Italian monthly unemployment rate. UK, we've got the current account, final GDP, index of services. That's at 4:30 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. Australia's got a speech from the Governor Stevens. CPI flash estimate out of Europe and the core CPI, along with unemployment rate, Italian preliminary CPI, Italian 10-year bond auction. Jump to Canada's final GDP number from the first quarter at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. Chicago PMI and consumer confidence here in the U.S. Keep in mind, Tuesday is the end of the halfway point of the year. It's the end of the quarter. It's the end of the month of June. Then we've got Australia's manufacturing index, Japan's Tankan manufacturing index, China's manufacturing PMI and non-manufacturing PMI, Australia building approvals, final manufacturing PMI out of Japan. Wednesday, commodity prices out of Australia, and then we've got the manufacturing PMI data from Spain, Italy, France, Germany, and the broad European sector, along with Switzerland and the UK. Everybody releasing within an hour. They do it every 5 minutes, as you can see. Challenger job cuts here in the U.S. Bank holiday out of Canada for Wednesday. That's strange. ADP non-farm employment change, final manufacturing PMI and ISM PMI out of the U.S., along with construction spending and ISM services. Crude oil inventories an hour in to the stock market, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. Total vehicle sales in the afternoon. Japan's monetary base. Trade balance out of Australia, 10-year bond auction out of Japan. Nationwide HPI, Spanish unemployment change, PPI out of Europe, and a 10-year bond auction out of France and Spain. Non-farm payroll, the unemployment rate. So this isn't usually on a Friday, but they're putting it on Thursday because we're closed Friday. So this will be a big number. So we'll be half size Wednesday going into Thursday also. Hope you have a great trading week. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. Have a good one.